All right, hey, what's up? So the title of this post is I spilled my morning coffee while climbing the ladder of inference. I completely dropped the ball on morning coffee today. For that, I apologize. So here's how the ladder of inference works. The ladder of inference, I'm going to go ahead and cite Peter Senge. He wrote this book. It's called the Fifth Discipline, the Art and Practice of the Learning Organization. I was looking all through the book to find this picture, which is the ladder of inference. And it looks just like the illustrations in his book, but I couldn't find the freaking picture anywhere. But I am going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about how it works, and I'm going to use myself and this current situation, me forgetting about morning coffee, as the example to explain how the ladder of inference works. And this is something that all of us do. Everybody. And I tell the teenagers that I work with, I was like, I don't give a shit if you're 15 or 50. I would say the same thing to you. You know, I'm not talking down to anybody ever, you know, because we all are sharing this human experience. And this is one of the things that all of us does. All of us. Here's how the ladder of inference works. And again, what do I want to make you do? I want to make you think. Okay, I want you to look at things from a different perspective. I want to help raise our level of self-awareness, because awareness is the beginning of desired change. Sometimes very necessary change. So here's the ladder of influence. The first step of the ladder is there is some type of observable experience or observable data. Now with me today, I realized that I forgot about morning coffee. So there's that. The other observable thing that I had throughout the day is no one messaged me about it. And several people listen to these and not one person messaged me. So that's the observable data. I forgot morning coffee and nobody messaged me. The next rung on the ladder is I select data to observe, basically to focus on. What do you think I focused on? This is true. This is all still true. I focused on no one messaged me. So the next rung on the ladder is I add meaning to what I'm focusing on. I was tempted to think no one messaged me because no one else noticed. No one noticed because no one cares. That's it. Now, this is where I interjected. This is where I cut into my thought process, and I caught, remember, catch it, check it, change it. I caught the negative thought, the thought that's not serving me, the thought that would discourage me. Okay, so the next rung is I make assumptions based on the meaning that I added. So no one noticed, no one cares, and the assumption that I could make is I'm just wasting my time doing this. I forgot all about it. No one even noticed. No one even messaged me. No one gives a shit. I'm wasting my time. Then I can draw conclusions. Okay? I can draw conclusions. Most people look at this type of thing as it's not practical. It's a bunch of psychobabble bullshit, you know? So these are the conclusions that I could draw based on what I focused on, the meaning that I added, and the assumptions that I made. The next rung up the ladder is I adopt beliefs about the world. And this is all embellished still. The world is too big. The world is too messed up to make the type of difference, to make the type of impact that I want to make. And then the last rung on the ladder is I take action based on my beliefs. If I forgot morning coffee, no one messaged me, then no one else noticed either. If they didn't notice, then they must not care. And if no one cares that I'm doing this, then I'm wasting my time. And the reason I'm wasting my time is because most people in the world don't value this type of thing anyway. They're too busy to bother with self-improvement, personal development, raising their level of awareness. They don't see the value in this because they look at it as a bunch of psychobabble bullshit. And the action that I can take based on my new belief is that I'm just going to stop doing it. I'm just going to stop doing what I'm doing. Now, that's the way the ladder of inference works. Everything past the first rung on the ladder. The first rung is observable data and experiences. Everything past that, what you choose to focus on, the meaning that you add, the assumptions that you make based on that meaning, the conclusions that you draw, the beliefs that you adopt about the world, and the action you take based on that belief. Everything past the hard, observable data is all imaginary. It's all fiction. It's all made up. It's all translated through your filter, through your paradigm, and what you believe about yourself and what you believe about the world and other people. And that is a choice. We get to choose what we focus on. We get to choose the meaning that we add, the assumptions that we make, the conclusions that we draw, the beliefs that we adopt. And I encourage you to be aware of this process. I encourage you to intercept, catch the negative thoughts that are not serving you, and add a focus, add meaning, make assumptions that are going to be helpful. Don't add meaning, draw conclusions, make assumptions based on your own insecurities, your own self-doubt, your own anxiety, worry. All this imaginary shit, irrational fears. Don't do that to yourself. And if you find yourself doing this, here's something that I do a lot, and you've probably heard me say it before. I'll go ahead and let it play out in my head, and then I'll say it out loud. And saying it out loud is a way to look at something for what it is. And if you look at something for what it is, you'll see right through it. So what if all of what I said was true? No one noticed, no one cares, I'm wasting my time, the world's too messed up, people don't give a shit about this anyway, I'm just going to quit. What if I did all that? I'm on my deathbed one day. You might have heard me say before that the richest place on the planet is the cemetery, because that's where dreams, visions, goals, books, messages, that's where these things go to die, with people who didn't have the courage to follow through with what they were given by God, by life, by the universe. So I'm on my deathbed one day and I'm reflecting on my life, and this is the say it out loud part. I'm reflecting on my life and I say, I was given a message to deliver to the world. And I would have done that, but if it wasn't for that one day that I forgot to do morning coffee and no one messaged me. If you say it out loud, if you look at it for what it is, you will realize how ridiculous you're being. And if your ladder of inference, as you climb that every day in different situations, and you find yourself winding up in an undesirable location, then as you take those steps, make sure you're aware of what you're focusing on, the conclusions you're making, the assumptions you're making, and the beliefs that you have about yourself and the world. Or just see things for what they are. I want you to make sure that you wind up in the place where you want to be. And that's really all I got for you. Hope everyone has a great day. Please take what you need and leave the rest. Bye.